I'd say that there's some dance in our show and a ton of movement in our show. And, it's really interesting. The show, I was talking about those um, opposing forces when we were talking about, getting feedback. I feel like the movement in the show has a lot of opposition, right? There's this world of Oz, which is very otherly. And Wayne Salento, our choreographer, did an incredible job of creating this dance style that was sort of tilted on its side a little bit. It's very stylistic. It has its own vocabulary and vibe and feel to it, and it is otherworldly. It is certainly Ozian. There's nothing like it. There's no show that I've been like in that is like it. And yet, our show and the direction of our show is really rooted in reality. And so it's otherworldly and it's very pedestrian and it's very real. And everyone on stage, even in the ensemble, they're all characters and humans first or animals first. And so there's no like, and now we're dancing, here are the dancers. There are tracks that dance more than some, and some singers who dance less, but everyone moves in the show. Everyone moves in the show. And so I would say that is like a push and pull of the show, the style and the sort of like off-kilteredness versus the sort of pedestrian reality. Everything comes from a really organic place quality to the show. It's not very presentational. There aren't chorus girls and boys traditionally. Our formations are messy. It really comes from a place of a really natural place. And then I would say that, Elphaba's journey, physical journey, is an important one. And it's one that we talk a lot about working on the show, how she physically harnesses and discovers her powers. Glinda and Elphaba become friends through movement at the Ozdust Ballroom. Glinda and Figaro's courtship is pretty much played out through movement in the show. The monkeys, who are just really important physical characters, are moved through dance. Even the wizard in the second act, he woos Elphaba through song and dance. He's a showman. And so there's tons and tons of examples of movement propelling the show forward. And it isn't always necessarily a set of dance steps, but an energy, an intention, an idea. And when you're working on a show that has been long running and you encounter movement that is nuanced and complex like that, right? That the goal is to prevent a copy from a copy of a copy of a copy from transpiring and really saying, okay, here's the movement. This is what Adina, Kristen, Wayne, and Joe landed on. How do I get from this idea to where they ended up in a way that feels organic and in a way that makes sense for me as an actor? So it's like that blossoming arc that is our work and our discovery, right? Because the base idea is there and the movement expression in its final form is there. And then you as the actor, the replacement, the seventh Elphaba to do it, or, whoever you are, you figure out that path. And that's what makes you special and how you fill the role. And it's very nuanced.